What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2016 Nissan Frontier S. Up front is a 2.5 liter inline 4, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now, I am super excited to be making this video because it is a manual Frontier, and this is pretty basic. This is as basic as you could get back in 2016, which still in my brain is not that long ago. I've always enjoyed these simplistic vehicles, and as we'll talk about, I have a lot of experience with the modern Nissan Frontier and the other vehicles in that segment, so we'll talk a lot about that in this video because there's a lot of unexpected qualities about this Frontier. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. But let's get back to that 2.5 liter inline 4. Well, it's actually out of a Nissan. Guys, you don't have to bleep Altima. It's not a swear word, it's just not a great car. Yes, this engine is from a Nissan Altima. However, it's been very, very reliable. This truck has 280,000 miles on it, and the only thing that has been replaced on the engine is the crankshaft. Now, I know that sounds dire, but that is because a dealership tried to do a clutch job, broke the bolts on the flywheel that connected it to the crankshaft, and so they had to put a whole new crankshaft into it because they messed it up so bad. So it wasn't really the engine's fault, that's just this particular engine's story. There was a V6 offered as well, of course, and that was the more desirable option, but the 2.5 was here to serve work truck duty, and that's what it's doing here today. Like I said, paired to it, 5-speed manual. My first time driving a manual Frontier, although I've driven a manual hardbody that was the predecessor to this truck. I like the manual shifter. I think it shifts really well. It's nice and easy. It is a 5-speed, which is pretty outdated for 2016. In the 2010s, most cars had adapted to have 6 speeds, but nope, still sticking here with a little 5-speed manual for the Frontier, and I actually quite like it. I think the clutch is light enough for a truck. It's not a heavy F350 leg workout clutch. I can manage it on my own, and I appreciate that. Last but not least, this particular Frontier is rear-wheel drive. However, you could find them, of course, in 4-wheel drive. How does it feel to drive the Nissan Frontier? Well, like I said, that manual is great. Visibility is pretty good. I love the size of this truck. This truck is a wonderful size for parking pretty much anywhere. You don't have to take up 18 spots with your F350 King Ranch. You could park it in a shopping mall. You could park it at your apartment, and it's not going to be gratuitous, and it's not going to overhang on either side. The only issue I've always had with the Frontier and the way it drives is the steering ratio. There's a lot of turning that goes into it, and apparently they fixed this around 2021 or 2022. They changed the ratio, but by that time the Frontier had already run its course and the next generation was on its way, so whatever. It's not great here. Just expect a lot of turning of the wheel, especially if you have to do a U-turn. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 gauges. Off to the left is my coolant temperature and tachometer, and off to the right is my speedometer and fuel. On the steering wheel, I do have volume, voice commands, and phone options, as well as skip track, and off to the right, we do have our cruise control options. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent and our cargo lamp, but then 2 dead switches for features that I do not get. On the door, latch you get in and out, crank for the window. That's it. Moving into the center, there's a radio, if you're into that music thing. And down below, climate controls. It'll make you warmer, colder, stuff like that. It's so simple. I mean, it's Fisher-Price at this point. Down below, we do have our traction control button as well as a little cubby, and we have the shifter. The shift knob is a dead giveaway for how economical and affordable this truck was. It's not a very nice or friendly or pleasant or luxurious shift knob. However, it does the job. It shifts the vehicle, and that's all I can ask. But then we do have cup holders, so we'll do a big friggin' bottle test, and as you all scream at me through your computers, yes, you can remove the lining of the cup holders, and then it is a pass for the big friggin' bottle test. Anytime there's liners in a cup holder, you guys let me know in the comments, so I was sure to remove them here today to make sure that the Frontier passed. The seats are basic cloth material, no news here. They're okay in comfort. I wouldn't say that they're so comfortable, but I wouldn't say that they're rock hard either. It's holding me in the truck, and that's their job. So they're doing that, at least. However, speaking of seats, we do have jump seats. Let's go do a backseat review. You know, I genuinely thought that jump seats were left in 1998, but apparently not. Ugh. Oh! Oh, no, no, no. Oh my God, this is the worst. This is actually the worst. I cannot close the door. I can't close the door. I can't make it happen. I'm sorry I can't make it happen, but I am jammed in here. I am envious of the space that sardines get in their containers. Oh geez, I have a little storage container back here for the Jack. I wish I had a Jack and Coke. I don't drink soda or alcohol. I would though. I'd get back on the horse back here. While it was parked, of course. Never drink and drive. Very, very dumb. Please don't ever do it. Let's go talk about the trunk or bed, whatever you call it. Get me out. All right, back here we got a bed. We got a nice bed here. Pull this down. Look at that. Look at all that bed. Wow, wow. Look at that bed. So much bed. Oh man, look. Oh, it's best bed. It's so bed. Oh, bed. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and it is white and basic. Call this a Quaker Oat, because there's nothing going on out here. It's fine. I think the Frontier itself is styled okay, but they made it for so many years that I just got so sick and tired of looking at this generation of Frontier. That's why I was so excited by the new one. And so I don't think it's an ugly or handsome truck, but I've just seen it so much that anytime I see one, I just think, next. But that's my own 2 cents. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving a 2016 base model Nissan Frontier? Well, I've enjoyed the driving experience with the manual transmission. I think it's a good manual transmission, and I think if you're looking for a manual truck, this is a really good option. However, fuck you to whoever keeps commenting on my manual truck and SUV videos saying that SUVs and manual trucks are stupid. They're not! I'm talking to you! They're not! But clearly I don't let it bother me, but I love how basic this truck is. It has crank windows because they're easy and cheap. It has cloth seats because they're easy and cheap. Look at this. It doesn't even need a hood prop. It's so easy and cheap. Okay, maybe the hinges might be full of tree sap. That might be an issue. But you get my point. It's such a simple truck, and I just didn't expect the last simple truck to be coming out of Nissan and not Toyota. The reason I say that is because the modern Frontier, I know it's a different generation, completely different truck, barely shares anything with this, but the modern Frontier has a 3.8 liter V6. It's naturally aspirated. It's a simple engine that they've used for a while, just tossed into the truck. Well, now the Toyota Tacomas are turbo only or turbos and hybrids. That's a lot to go wrong. The Ford Ranger, since 2019, has been a turbo 4-cylinder. That's a lot to go wrong. And so now the modern Frontier is here, and it's still there for an honest day of work, much like this truck was. And it's kind of like when your little cousin is really, really good at sports betting. Like, Livy, you're 12. How did you call 9 out of the 10 playoff teams? That's what it feels like to be like, Nissan? Nissan has the last reliable, simple truck? Really? But today I get to say yes. Yes, really. And the fact that they made this up until 2021 in this style and configuration is rather comforting. We'll have a decent supply of regular basic trucks for the next few years or couple handful of decades. But they're fleeting fast. And I think that these are going to become high demand at some point with the manual transmission because the 9-speed automatics are not favorable and don't have the best track record. And so here it is. The truck built by Nissan, ready to withstand the apocalypse. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Justin for letting me take out his manual Nissan Frontier. He's been absolutely wonderful to work with. I appreciate him fitting me into his schedule. This was kind of last minute. I was passing through Minnesota. I got his email a couple nights before and said, hey, let's set it up and let's do it. So we were able to make that happen, and I appreciate that very, very much. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.